What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. On today's episode, we're going to be looking into the GTR a little bit. The good, the bad, what left we still have to do. But for the most part, let's just get right into it. Okay, so starting with the, I guess, the front and moving our way back, I'll kind of discuss what I need to do and what we'll be doing in the future. So I guess we'll just start with the motor because the front is pretty much all well done. I mean, I still need to replace a couple light bulbs, but that's no big deal. I did upgrade the ones that were in here to some, you can't even see them, but there's some LED ones. I'll show you here in a second. But those turned out to be really nice. So I haven't done the timing belt on this car, and I know it was sitting a long time before I got it. So one of the next things that we're going to be doing is at least peeking behind the cover, and for one, I'm curious to see if we have adjustable, cam gears, or if it's just a factory everything, if it's still all just stock right there. We'll see when we crack into that one. I still need to pull the coil pack for cylinder 5 because when it idles too long, it feels like cylinder 5 floods out and you have to rev it for it to come back. Not sure what that's about. We're gonna end up having to get a new wiring harness because this wiring harness that's hidden right there is zip tied together, holding it together, and the zip tie was broken, and I tried starting the car and it wouldn't run right. So that took a little bit to figure out that that harness needs to be replaced. So we're gonna have to be getting a new ECU to engine harness. The body harness for the car, that looks fine. I checked through all that and it looked just fine. We got the new cowl panel put in, got that fresh from Nissan, as well as the new rubbers. And these little clips, you'd be amazed how expensive those little clips are. They're like 10 bucks. Nissan wants like 15 bucks, but you can still source those through Z1. That's where I got mine from. So that turned out pretty well. We already replaced the CV axles that were bad in the front, so we don't have to do that anymore. But the wheels are hideous, so that'll probably be the next thing going too. Is also we're going to be putting on some wheels. I got some end keys that I'm going to try to toss on there, and hopefully they'll look good enough because I really don't want to be dropping a lot of money into wheels. Even though this car obviously deserves wheels that are expensive, but I'm poor, so that's not going to happen anytime soon. But yeah, as far as that goes, the motor and everything in here is doing just fine. Idling, she's at cold, she's over 100 psi of oil pressure, and then when she's warmed up and you're driving around, it's at 72 or something like that. And then when it's really, really warm, you've been on it and you come to a idle, it'll drop down to 50. So she's still a really healthy engine in that aspect, that we got good oil pressures. So I'm happy with that. It was supposed to be a low mileage motor anyways, which to me it looks like it is. It's really clean. It just has the obvious oxidization from sitting around too long, not getting the love it deserves. But one of the things that I was making for this is this car, since it's the Nismo strut tower brace, you can barely see the old logo right there, but it had a piece that was missing when I got it. So this piece in the back drops down and there's a hole right there. That hole is supposed to have a little bracket that you could adjust right here where it fills this space right here, and it basically holds the brake, pushes the brake booster against the firewall for heavy braking under, extreme circumstances. These things, firewalls, are kind of made out of rice paper. So I looked at the picture of the Nismo one, and I just remade it. Just got it done, painted and everything. But so essentially this just sits down in here. Just sits down in there like that, and then it'll push force against the back of the brake booster right there, or brake master. So that's something that that's kind of cool that I made and put onto it. there'll be a lot more little things that I'm sure I'll have to make and put on there. So as we get around to the interior, as you can see, it's okay. It needs a vent over there that's missing. The entire glove box assembly, HVAC, everything is missing if you didn't notice. There's no heater core, nothing like that in this car. The other thing that we're gonna do is replace that really bad tin center console piece. This thing is just terrible. It's just sitting here. So hopefully get like a piece of carbon fiber, you know, just like a universal one, and then I'll trim it to fit, and it'll look a lot better than that hideous shit. The back seat, there is no back seat. There's nothing back there. It is just metal up to the roof. And the roof was metal too, so I had to, y'all remember me doing that a while back. But, so I'm going to be looking at a rear seat delete. They got a couple different options. They got some that come all the way up and even cover up this hideous speaker spot that's just exposed everywhere. But I can either go carbon or I can go with like aluminum sheet metal. There's two options. Both are overly priced and expensive because, you know, GTR. The rear end of the car feels fine. It already has upgraded bushings and everything like that in it, but I'll probably end up dropping the entire rear subframe and doing the reinforcement brackets and getting it powder coated just so that way, obviously, it doesn't rust, because, you know, we don't want this bad boy to rust. The next would be in the back of the car. All of the fuel lines. These are all the original ones that were on the car when it came over from Japan. And they're just showing their age. I'd hate for one of these to rupture and spray, you know, fucking 50 pounds of fuel everywhere out of big ass fuel pumps with race gas next to a battery that's exposed. I mean, it's not going to ignite, but it's still a bad concoction for a bad time. So, yeah, we're going to be kind of tidying this up a bit too. I also need to get something to fix all my wiring, you know. I don't like it how it's all just exposed. So I'll get some nylon sheathing and stuff and get that all buttoned up and everything. But, yeah, that's where we're at on the car so far. It's pretty good. I'd still need to get a new ECU for it, though. The Link ECU board that's in that ECU, I guess, right there, is just too old. It's version 1 something, and they're on like version 14 or some shit. So definitely gonna need to replace that and update it with a new one. I'll keep that box though, the impole box. That's just cool, you know. High power control unit, motor racing development. You know, that's pretty cool that it says that. But yep, it's getting around to it. There'll be a couple more videos to come of things that we do. So, but she's all done bodywork wise and paint, so that makes you feel a whole lot better working on something when it's not terrible looking. When it's a nice car, you have a lot more, I don't know, motivation to keep it going. So I'm glad that I got it this far, and I'm glad that my girlfriend was able to help. She basically did all of the pearl and most of all the clear coat and everything. We still have to obviously buff it down and get like the orange peel and stuff out of it, but right now I'm really liking where it's at, and it's going to be great moving forward with it. But thanks for watching. Don't forget to give us a like, comment, subscribe. Every little bit's going to help, you know. But till next time.